Go easy on me. This is my first ever watchmaking video of an H35 mod of a Seiko. I got all these parts from AliExpress. The dial was £30. The hands were approximately £4. The case was £28, and the strap was £3. And the movement was about £20. So it's cheaper, but it's expensive at the same time, because yeah, this is a very expensive watch if you were to buy it directly from Seiko, but if you were to make it yourself from all these parts and put it in an H35, you get it for a lot cheaper. So here's me just showing you all of the parts and the loom on the dial and the watch case, and so amazing. A really nice colour, and I've gone for a rubber strap. I normally wear metal watches, but the genuine 72 MAS, I'm pretty sure it's got the option of a rubber strap. So I'm going to begin with using my rubber ball just to unscrew the case back. That's something else I got very cheap on AliExpress. I'm just going to put the seal away and then put the watch there apart. We'll move on to the movement. So it's NH35, and that's what you'd search if you were to buy it. And you can see there it's already running, so that's a good sign. It's cheap, but they're good. They're reliable, considering they're made on the cheapest side of things, because automatics are obviously very expensive. So this dial it's beautiful. It's just look at it, very good. I got this air blower to get the dust off. Also, I see other YouTubers with it. So when you get this dial or many other dials, you're going to have, it's not really a problem, but one thing you need to do is you've got to do some trimming. So the best thing I found is to use like a nail clips. So you can see here, you just line up the dial to the right position, and then it's quite obvious where the holes are supposed to go. So you would just snip off the ones that aren't supposed to be there. It's quite easy. It doesn't matter. I personally don't think it's an issue if there's a tiny bit left. I know other people may start sanding it and grinding it, but you don't need to. It fits fine, perfectly without it. There's no issues with the hands. And there we go, look at that dial. Just take a minute to look at that. It's very nice. So it is obviously like a replica of the 62 MAS, but you can see it's like, that's what it looks like pretty much. It's one of the most expensive dials I've ever bought, just purely because I think the loom and then getting the text in the right space. What I've just done there is I've set the date, so you can see how the number, it was about to change. So just before, so I'm setting up really, so just before I apply the hands, I'm getting the watch ready for it. It will make sense in a second. So these are like plastic tweezers, so I don't scratch anything. The camera will focus in a moment. So there, I've got the first, so the smaller hand you put on, like the hour hand, that goes on first, and there you can see I'm going to switch it over, and it's going to like snap onto the next date. So it snaps onto the number 4, and it does it now there. So there's a very obvious snap, and then it's very easy because it's already set up. It's just reline it on, and then this other tool, which is very cheap as well, a couple of pounds, you press it down, but you can see here that the hand is slightly bent. So what I'm going to do is get this plastic, so it's not going to scratch it, tool underneath, and just I'm going to bend it slightly. You'll see what I mean there. So I'm lifting it up, and then I'm going to put it underneath, and then just pull it up, and you can see there that looks a lot better. Then the minute hand, you can see the bit of a skip there. I was struggling to get it on, but using both hands is very good. So you can see this is the technique here, because you can struggle. I really struggled with the second hand, so I actually jump skip when I get to that part. So just going to press down just enough pressure so it goes tight. Yeah, happy with that. And you can see now the hands are on. and I can give them a twist in a second just to make sure they're moving as they should. And you can see, like, yeah, 3 o'clock, it's spot on. So I do struggle with the seconds hand, but I do get there in the end. And as you can see, the watch is running. You can see the marks on the dial. My bad, but I do clean it, so it's not an issue. So the case, just unscrew the crown, put that to one side, and then I don't show you, but you push down that very small lever there with a very small tool, and I use my teeth just to pull the blue thing out. So now you're ready to put the dial in. So using this like little watch, I don't know what it's called, the little mat thing, you're going to put it in, line it up, and then we're in. So that's the movement, and the dial and the hands all in the watch case. So you can flip it back over, and the watch is running nicely, as you can see. So what you need to do now is with the stem, so you're going to have to trim it, and it's not like very hard at all. What I do is I kind of guess. You should measure it, but I've been doing this by eye many times, and you're just going to trim a bit off at a time until you're happy with it. So I think it took me 2 times to get it right, so I trimmed a bit, wanted a bit more, wanted it back again, trimmed it again, and there you go. So this is just pushing it back in now, so you can see it's tight, and then you get the little push back, and then if it screws in and it catches, that's about right. So we're nearly done. You're going to see this watch completed in a moment, but we need to get the rubber seal back on. So this is technically going to be waterproof. It is a diver's watch. I've had a bad experience with one of these NH35 mods where I've made it. I've gone swimming, I was on holiday, I went swimming, and then I could just see water getting into the case. I don't know if it was from the crown or what, but I wouldn't go swimming. I would wash your hands in it, maybe a shower, but I wouldn't advise it. So there it is, it's beautiful. So you're probably going to get one of these for free. It's a little tool that you just use to like take the I forgot what they're called now, they're just the push pins off. And the nice thing about this strap is it comes with like the quick release, so it's super simple to just snap them on, no issue. It's like a high quality rubber, considering it's £3, and you can see like there's a bit of texture on it. I'm just going to give it a bit of a tug just to make sure it's not going to come off, and we'll do the same again with the bottom piece. If you're not sure which end is supposed to be which, you can see here if the bit with the metal goes on the top, and then just the purely rubber bit goes on the bottom. So now this is the watch, still on the desk. I'll show you in a second on the wrist, but you can see it's heavy, it's got some weight to it, you can tell the some quality. It's still got some of the plastic protecting on. I do remove that eventually, but there we go. This is the finished product. Let me know in the comments what you think of this watch. It's a 62 MAS replica of a Seiko on an NH35 model. Thank you for watching, subscribe and leave a like.